You claim that a person is morally obliged to commit significant, truly valuable deeds. But why is that so? Partly because life itself is arranged too harshly. It is full of trials and obstacles, and if you invest less than everything possible into it, there is a great risk of becoming hardened. And a hardened soul inevitably becomes a source of destruction, not creation. Yes, life is short, at times cruel and frighteningly unpredictable. It can drive a person into a corner, make them hide and live their days in evasion. However, in this very brevity and fragility lies the possibility of the opposite. Since we are already in the game, why not take a bold step? Why not view it as an adventure? This very understanding already opens a new perspective. There is another thing I did not realize at once. Nothing compares to truth in strength and fascination. People often choose words to avoid responsibility or gain benefits to which they are not truly entitled. This is manipulation. But the question arises, why reject it if by manipulating one can get what one wants? The answer is simple. You were not the best judge of your own true needs. A person's desires easily deceive him, and it is in such illusions that those who chase power live. If you decide to say what you sincerely believe to be true, you must let go of the consequences. Of course, one wants to control the outcome, but along with control disappears the very possibility of a true adventure. When the outcome is unpredictable, true novelty appears. And now, imagine, you not only speak the truth, but also act in accordance with it. At that moment, you become your purest self, and reality itself stands behind you. To live in harmony with reality is an enormous power, because in this, both authenticity and adventure unite. Why then does this become a moral duty? Because refusing to reveal yourself, fearing to bring into the world what only you can give, leads to cynicism and bitterness. As a result, you not only deprive the world of your gifts, but also begin to envy those who are more successful and even strive to destroy them. This is a direct road down into your own hell. The highest ideal always remains both judge and guide. Compared to it, we are inevitably insufficient. This disproportion causes pain. A person reacts to it in two ways, either by lowering the bar or by overestimating his own abilities. What does it mean to lower the ideal? If the gap between who you are and who you want to become is too great, it paralyzes you. Then you seem to create a dragon you cannot defeat. The ideal must be reduced to a scale in which you can move toward it, even if the step seems ridiculously small. Perfection cannot be achieved in a single leap. The road always consists of consecutive steps. This thought resonates with the so-called Matthew principle. To him who has, more will be given, and from him who has not, even what he has will be taken away. The world is arranged in such a way that upward movement accelerates, while downward movement turns into a fall. But there is also consolation in this. Even the smallest steps in the right direction trigger progress that grows not linearly, but exponentially. This knowledge removes the shame of a beginning that looks miserable or insignificant. But there is another trap, comparing yourself to others. Today we have access to the best minds, athletes, and thinkers of the planet, and can easily start measuring ourselves against them. But that is the wrong reference point. The right comparison is you yesterday, for only you possess your unique set of abilities, tragedies, and opportunities. Envy is dangerous because we see only a carefully cut fragment of someone else's life, the part that is put on display. No one shows the full picture. Therefore, to envy an ideal destiny means to feed illusions. So why make any effort at all if doing nothing is easier? Because meaning appears in only what we recognize as worthy. That is precisely the task of youth, to understand who you want to become and to build steps in that direction. advice for young people at 20 is both simple and difficult at the same time. Formulate a plan, even a very general one. Teach yourself discipline in at least one area. Accept the thought that your participation matters for the world. Do not run from responsibility. It is precisely in it that support is born. More often, people take on too little rather than too much. And many so-called traps turn out, on the contrary, to be supports that lead to life. And finally, make a schedule, but not in the form of a prison of musts and have-tos, but as a project of the best day you would like to live.